router problems. I had computer problems. And it's still just sending. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna give up. Gonna give up shortly. Let's see. As soon as one of them says connected, then I know that it's connected or on mine. I'll just wait. As on my half face. There we go. It's like Phantom of the Opera up in this bitch. Don't mind me. I'm just playing Pokemon Go. Real quick. Oh my lord. So, if anyone plays Pokemon Go, my encounter for this month is a shiny Latios. Come on. At least one good thing comes out of this. If it doesn't, run away. Just using golden res. Come on, is it even working? I don't know at this point. I'm just gonna go to my page. Well, I'm live now on YouTube, according to YouTube. Let's see Facebook. Probably not. Right? Yeah. Definitely not Facebook. Facebook just doesn't work for me anymore. I think it's because I got the copyright strike when I did one of the streams. So I'm just gonna, I think it's because I got the copyright. We'll quiet that. Alrighty. So, get to watch the fun, exciting stuff of me doing nothing on Facebook. Okay, so honestly, this is a lie. Okay, guys, you should please subscribe. And then I'll be adding my Twitch info a little later on once I actually, start doing things on Twitch and start actually gaming more frequently, I guess. Let's see. Did it upload? Yes, it did. Okay, cool. Get out of that and get out of this. Okay, so, these were released, today's the 9th, so 1, 2, 3, 4, a month ago, these two were released, and I got the Quest right away. Just because for starters, the Quest was, like, one of the top things in my mind to get, because it's a fully portable headset. And I got the PS4, the PSVR, back when the Vive came out, and the Vive was out. I ended up going with the PSVR because it was cheap, $400. That was cheap for a VR headset at the time, and I loved playing the games on it. Did I play it a lot of the time? No. I still played PS4 games regularly. I liked playing some of the horror games. Like I got what's that game? Until Dawn, the roller coaster one, because it was fun. It was great. I had a blast. And then I got Resident Evil, what was it, 7 in VR. That was pretty cool too. I liked it. It was great. It was scary, and the VR experience was just unlike anything else. The demo for it was great, and then I started getting other games for the VR. I have Job Simulator on the PS4, and it was great. It's fun to play. I just wish that I were to have had the Vive at the time, because with the Vive you buy everything through Steam, and Steam manages to bring everything over to your other headsets, which is nice. Now I have a bunch of these games on my computer, and I have the Vive, I have the Oculus Rift, and you're able to share the games amongst the different headsets, which is great. And each headset gives you a different way to play, even though you all think like, oh yeah, you just put the headset on and use controllers. There's difference between the two. Like the Vive, you have lighthouses that go up on either side of the room, and that allows you to do room scale. The Oculus Rift had one lighthouse when it first came out, and then you had a Xbox One controller that you would use, and it would just be mostly sitting games at the time where the Vive was out, when you were already doing whole room scale games. Then the Oculus came out with the touch controllers, which allowed you to have a room setup, but it was more along the lines of a standing setup for what they gave you. They gave you 2 sensors in the kit. They gave you the 2 touch controllers. They gave you the Xbox One controller. You had like this little Oculus remote, and then you had the headset. The sitting experiences were fun. There's Keep Talking and You Won't Explode. That's an amazing game. It's great whenever you have people over and you just want to play games. And then there were other games like Robo Recall came with it. Robo Recall was pretty fun, but you notice that in the game you can't actually tell what's supposed to be forward and what's supposed to be behind you until like you're turning around so much that you have the cord wrapping around your feet or like around your torso or whatever, and then you realize, oh, I'm in a different orientation, and in order to have the stand up and like the moving around, you needed a third sensor behind you. Otherwise, if you end up rotating yourself so you were like here to the sensors, they weren't able to see your left hand all the time. And that was kind of something that was kind of disappointing. So the feeling of the immersion wasn't the best. It wasn't as great as the Vive. So I spent a while not playing the Oculus Rift, and it sucked. Like, it was just something, and then I got into some of the VR games where you just sit down and play, or like you don't really need to turn around and whatever. And then that's when Beat Saber came out. Now, Beat Saber you could play on both the Rift as well as the the Vive. On the Vive, it's awesome because you could do the mixed reality, which is what I have set up behind me, is the studio for mixed reality recording. On the Vive, it's amazing. I still have to like fully finish my setup because I have one sensor over here that it should be up on the ceiling, and then I have another sensor there that always moves because of the green screen that I have, and it's on the green screen post, so that one I also had to put on the ceiling, and then I have to move back a light so that it doesn't get in the way of the sensors, so on and so forth. So it's still some things that I have to do, and some things that I have to change for the full setup that I really want. But for now, the time being, like, just having the setup is pretty sweet. I got my GoPro set up for the mixed recording, and then I also have the Vive is great for it. I just got a third sensor for the Oculus Rift. I want to try that out, but on a smaller scale than the Vive behind me. Mainly because you have to dangle a USB extension cord, and then you have to plug in the last sensor, and it has to be a USB 3, and it's just a whole lot of work just for that third sensor for something that should have been where you just put the 2 sensors like diagonally from each other. But whatever. So now Oculus released these 2 headsets. The Quest, which has inside-out tracking, and you don't need a computer. it is portable. Very portable. I'm trying to find the carry travel case for it, but they're all sold out, and they won't be around until like end of June, end of July, or beginning of July, end of June. And it it just seems like it's a lot smaller than one of the other carry cases for like any of the other headsets. I got the PS4 travel case for the PSVR, and it's kind of bulky. It's like this big, and that's like double the size of the actual headset. Whereas I'm pretty sure that the Quest travel case is the exact size of the headset plus enough room to store everything else in it. So that just seems like that'll be my go-to whenever I travel. Like let's say I'm visiting family and friends, and they want to experience VR. Before I would port around the Vive, and porting around the Vive was the biggest pain in the ass ever, because here's just the size comparisons. So here's just the headset, and you have all these wires, or that one wire that turns into 3 ports. Then you have the connection box, which I must admit, the connection box is really nice because it's only one USB port that's being used, and it's one HDMI that's being used. Whereas the Oculus Rift, you needed three USB ports and then the one HDMI port. So making a portable getup for it was almost impossible. You had like it would be the tower VR headset, whereas the Vive is the laptop VR headset because it only used the one USB port. I mean, sure, you could get a USB port hub like I end up having. I have the USB-C to USB 3.0, the 4-port hub that I use that for the Oculus Rift. And the Rift is so small that it's very portable, whereas compared to the Vive, it's not as portable because you have the 2 sensors. They also have power cords, and then what's holding up my green screen are the 2 stands that I used to have my lighthouse bases on. So not only was I carrying around the headset, but I was also carrying around these 2 metal stands just for that. So all in all, everything just weighed a ton. It was so big and bulky that it wasn't portable. The Quest, you don't need the computer, so it's extremely portable. And then you have its, I'm going to call it the sister, the Rift S. So I already did a kind of a non-formal, yet formal recording of me opening the box. But it's still in the box because there's no tape or anything. So this is the Rift S. It doesn't look nice. That's my first impression of it, is it doesn't look as nice as the Oculus Rift or the Oculus Quest. The Oculus Quest and the Oculus Rift both have like this fabric around the sides of it, and a nice flat matte face shield. This one's glossy. And it has the 2 cameras. I mean, I like the 2 cameras. Not gonna lie. I tried out the Vive Pro. My friend has it. And the 2 cameras is really nice, especially for being able to view the real world. That's why I like the Vive so much, is because when I have the headset on, I don't have to constantly take it off. So that's good. From what I've seen, the Oculus Rift S has the same Halo headset as the PSVR. PSVR headset is amazing. Like, hands down, it's my favorite one to get in and out of because it's so simple. It's just spin, tighten, done. I tried the Vive Pro headset, And the front face thing confused me, mainly because, like, I don't own it, so I was just testing it and just trying it out, so I was just worried I was going to break the thing. So, like, I guess if I was actually told properly how to use it, then I would have not had a problem with using it and actually opening it up, see how I actually liked it and stuff. But yeah, alright, let's get into this guy a little bit more. So I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep it or if I'm not going to keep it, because there's a lot of people saying that the this is so early. There's a lot of people still saying that, like, the screen doesn't turn on, the screen turns off after like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, yada yada yada. I of course have Beat Saber on the Quest. Oh yeah, that's another thing, is the Quest cannot play Steam games. If you want the Quest to play if you want the Quest to play Steam games, you have to stream the game from your PC to the Quest, and that requires side loading the caster, whatever it's called, and that requires a lot of work that I actually look into at this point, because I really don't care. I have Beat Saber and that's all that I need. Oh yeah, and then there's the new Beat Saber editor, which is pretty cool. So this is the Quest, or the Rift S. This is what it looks like. You got the two facing cameras. It's kind of like that matte finish in the front, but it's still like glossy ring around. I don't know. It's okay. Then there's the side, which it's feels like a cheap plastic. Then you have the little squishy foam. It's not the nicest foam, in my opinion, but it is very soft. So there's that. You have the display port, and then USB 3.0 there, and that's all that you need. You don't need anything else. This all has inside-out tracking, which is nice. So there's no lighthouses, no towers, no nothing. Then there's the controllers. I've seen a lot of complaints about the controllers, and I can admit that their controllers are kind of annoying. In Beat Saber, not really in any other game. If you're like throwing your hands around a little bit, then you're going to have a problem with the controllers. They tend to have the battery door open, and when they open, it's because you're like gripping it at a weird angle or a weird way that you're not normally going to. You're gripping it the regular way that you would normally grip the controllers, and you're not squeezing on them, so you're not holding the battery door closed, and the battery door is just a magnet, so you just slide it, and then it clicks back into place, and that's it. So, like, if you're playing a game and you just happen to, see, it's just, sometimes you don't get it, other times you do. But yeah, it's not the most, like, secure. So maybe if they had, like, one of those, like, the same battery doors that are on the, like, remotes for TVs, maybe that would have been better, but you know, whatever. So, playing Beat Saber and stuff, this, it gets in the way, or it becomes a problem, because you'll be swinging your arms around, and then all of a sudden the battery door will be open, and you'll be like, oh my god, I gotta close the battery door, but you're in the headset, and then you're like, I don't know how to close the battery door, and then you ruin your game experience. Yay. lot of people say that like this one's a lot better than the Rift. I'm gonna have to take their word on it. I want to test it. I mean, I know the sound quality is gonna be terrible, hands down, because everyone complains about the sound quality, and I mean everyone. And I don't know if it's the same sound quality as the Quest. The Quest, I have no problem with the sound quality because it's a fully portable headset. I wasn't expecting much. I was expecting a headset that wasn't even gonna fully like function. I was expecting like the cell phone headset. Alrighty. I'm just gonna get this all plugged into the computer. Houston, I have a problem. Oh, no, I don't. Oh. Houston, I might have a problem? I don't know. There's like little lens covers in there. The Quest comes with like this cardboard like plate, I guess, that covers it up. Let's see. Update required. Why? I just want to play Beat Saber. That's it. Ever. It's the only game I ever want to play is Beat Saber. Oh, so I had Vacation Simulator, and if you could tell from any of my previous videos trying to play it, oh yeah, I don't have it anymore. I only got like 5 minutes of gameplay in a matter of 2 weeks, because every single time I turned it on, no matter how many times I uninstalled it, no matter how many times I reinstalled it, my hands were never in the game. So yeah, that was disappointing. I tried returning it on Steam, and they came back with, yeah, it's past the 2-week deadline. I was like, but I only have 5 minutes of gameplay in it. Like, can I please return it? And it took me like a couple of hoops to jump through before they would even return it for me. So I got that returned. It's uninstalled. It's uninstalled. It's no longer in my account. It's disappointing, but whatever. I'm hoping that the summer sale, then it'll be on sale. It probably won't be, but I got, what is it? I'm waiting for Job Simulator to come in. So because there we go. Okay. So excuse me? That's not good. I hope that's not this, because if it is, then I'm kind of screwed. Anyway, like I said, I want Job Simulator. I don't want to pay full price for it, though, because I already paid full price on the PSVR, and that's one of the things that I hated about getting the game in the PSVR and then not being able to play it on the other headsets, mainly because it's a VR game. You only want to, or it's a game. You only want to pay for the game once. You don't want to pay multiple times for the games. So that's why everything through Steam is pretty nice. And I also got 5-port, so I could download all these games and I could try them out on like different things. So there's that. So I'm gonna try out Shooty Fruity as well as Fruit Ninja. What's the other one that I downloaded? I Expect You to Die. That one is gonna be great. Cloudlands, VR mini golf. I can't wait to play that. I wanna download this on Steam. I played this on the whatchamacallit? The Rift Pro. Or not Rift Pro, the Vive Pro. Escape Room VR, I want to try that. Fantastic Contraption, this is a mixed reality game that you could play with the camera and stuff, so I'm going to try that out too. I'm paying for the Viveport subscription, Infinity, so I could try out all these games and see if I like them. And then hopefully within like 2 months of having it, then I'll like figure out what games I like and what games I don't like. That way I could just download all the games that I do like and then cancel the subscription. So, alrighty. Driver update. Install. Yes. I want to play this. I don't think it's gonna be cross-compatible. That's the thing between the two, is Beat Saber is not cross-compatible, so I had to. Oh. Well, that's awkward. I don't want to restart. I'll just, yeah. Update firmware. Hopefully it works. Oh shit. That is the headset. That's not good. Does anyone know how to fix that? That's another thing, is that freaking... I didn't do it that time. That's good. I currently have a computer that always freaks out about a like USB port, and every single time I plug in like a Wi-Fi antenna to it, it doesn't like it. It just says it freaked out last time, so it's just not gonna even like bother knowing that it's there. Then on this computer, it's a brand new build, and I fried one of the USB ports. The stupid shield was in it, so yay. Those I/O shields, man. Whenever you're building something, you want to make sure that they're like proper. So that like removed a USB 3.0 port from the back of my tower. It's unfortunate, but I got two on the front, so whatever. I also got a USB Type C back there, so I got the C to 4 USB 3 ports that could just plug in. And I also have like another USB 3.0 hub, so that's nothing. Oh, well, the controllers are vibrating. That's great. So this is the process of getting the headset set up. I guess I should have done this earlier, but I was also going to do this on my laptop. The vibrating of the controllers. It's cold in this basement. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Damn it. Come on. Anything. Anytime now. I just want to play. Come on. it showed something. It showed that it couldn't do it, and then it checked the sensors again. It's gonna need a restart, most likely. Yep, okay. I'm gonna restart my computer and figure out what's going on. Anyway, thanks for staying tuned to watch this. I guess I'll just redo it.